The reason why not having a joint account has worked is because we don't have secrets.
Talking about how wise in men, okay, women go to church and men are not there. You just check when Christianity came to Africa and check when Christianity came to Nigeria, right?
What value do you give to family prayer? If you value family prayer, then you will pray.
Hello and welcome. This is Safe House with Hetty. Safe House with Hetty is a TV talk show that focuses majorly on marriage and relationships. So, if you have a question about marriage and you need to find answers, worry no more, you are definitely in the right place. I am Hetty, your host for the show. Today, we're talking about work-family balance. Work-family balance is the lack of opposition between work and other family roles. It is the state of equilibrium in which the demands of personal life, professional life, and family life are at equilibrium. Work-life balance consists of, but is not limited to, flexible work arrangements that allow employees to carry out other life programs and practices. Work-life balance is a term commonly used to describe the balance that a working individual needs between the time allocated for work and other aspects of life. According to 2010 National Health Interview Survey, Occupational Health Supplement data, 16% of U.S. workers reported difficulty balancing work and family. The findings were more prevalent among workers between the age of 30 and 44. We have two wonderful guests here. Both of them are married. He is the executive director of the Center of Resource Consult, a human resource and development consultancy firm. He is a pro-life and pro-family activist. He is married with children. Meet Comrade Uche Madibuko.
Thank you. Hello, viewers. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. She is an event management professional and the CEO of Pink Model Limited. She is happily married. Meet Mrs. Ifeinwa Iheanacho.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Hetty.
You're welcome on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Comrade Uche and Mrs. Ifeinwa, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I want to hear from you, Comrade. What exactly is work-family balance?
Yeah, thank you. Work-family balance. Over time, it has been a problem, people trying to give it a definite definition. But in a simple form, it is about prioritizing between work, which has a career and ambition, and life, which has a health, pleasure, and the family. So this prioritization and the interrelationship that happens within all this sphere is what we call work-family balance.
Wow.
Looking at it from another perspective, which is a second component of it, so that we don't begin to look at work as that monster that is there to disturb our life in a personal level. Work is there to stand as something that will add value to our personal life. And family is there to be that area where our personal activities are seen and followed. So we equally look at it as a total representation of that extent to which what we do at work is made easier by the activities and what we do in our personal life, maybe in our families or in other things that are personal to us.
Wow.
So to the extent that the learning we are getting from the job or the learning we are getting from the family is adding value to both ways. So when we are placing this balancing, that is when we say we are meeting work-family balance.
Thank you so much for that elaborate discussion. Now, Ms. Iheanacho, can you give us examples of work-family balance?
All right. In summary, we live to work, and we also work to live.
Okay.
Right? Now, being able to achieve a balance between living our life healthily, especially the family life, and also being able to achieve the purposes and the demands of our work life. Now, talking about examples, how do you go about it? I would say you first of all make a decision to establish that balance, right?
Yeah.
Then you plan, because you can't achieve a balance in those two areas if you are not able to plan, right? So you first of all ensure that you put an appropriate plan in place. What are the demands of your family life? What are the demands of your work life? How do you go about achieving these demands, ensuring that none of the aspects suffer?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of the aspects suffer is an important decision we need to make in our work-family balance.
Yeah.
Now, sir, I want to ask you, what causes work-life imbalance?
Okay, thank you. Well, work-family imbalance or work-life imbalance is caused by many factors. Let me start with what we call non-placement of limits, where you see people choosing any kind of job that come their way. Whenever a job is advertised, or people that go for career job, or people that make choice of jobs that they do in their own personal level, they choose any kind of job without really looking into this job and begin to understand the demands of this job. Some of them run into this job, and when they see themselves not meeting up with their family needs, they begin to complain. So they begin to have this imbalance because they have not really placed a limit on the kind of job they will accept and the kind of job they will not accept. So another thing is issue of when there is a poor family planning in terms of in job selection, there's what we call trading off. We can decide in a family where we have husband and wife that one person should be a career a worker, while the other person will be in a choice job. If we have this kind of proper division, we may not see ourselves into that. So, but we don't plan to actually have this kind of trading off, where we now have proper arrangement of what the man will do and what the woman will do, so that you can still. Okay.
We go on a short break now. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The family is the heartbeat of the world. It is made up of the husband, wife, and children. The society, in turn, is made up of families. Countries are made up of societies, while the world is made up of countries. Little wonder someone has said, if you destroy the family, you destroy the society.
The Bible says, if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, and the Lord grants him favor.
Welcome back. This is Safe House, and we're talking about work-family balance. Please stay with us. Now, we're talking about helps. Get an assistant. Mrs. Iheanacho, what do you think about a woman who is very busy, a career woman that brings an assistant home to work for her? You know, what do you think about that?
I don't think there's any problem having to, get assistance to help in the house, because the home needs to keep running. It doesn't have to halt because of your work. But in some situations, just like, we all know, in some situations, the man in the family might resist that option of getting a help, right? But in a situation where that is possible, I think is an ideal thing to be done.
After all, a housewife's role, a wife's role is not necessarily to wash dishes, clean the house,
As long
any work, I tell people, any work you can get somebody to do and you pay the person, it's not your wife's work. She just does it out of the goodness and kindness of her heart.
And as a matter of fact, if a woman is restricted from getting a help, and made to do all of this family work, so that the man will be out there to do the career jobs. Then the man should also be ready to be paying the woman.
Beautiful. That's the whole idea.
I think when my husband suggested that I should leave the career life, he opted to double the salary that I was to be receiving at that point, at least to encourage me to stay and start something for myself. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's
so
exactly
the man
what
should also consider it, because you find in some cases men can be very selfish. I'm sorry to say this.
There's something
where the woman is made to do the homework.
There was a project we worked on with one of these international organizations, and we called it unpaid care. A lot of women are doing unpaid care. And you see, what I tell them, whatever you can get somebody to do and you pay the person, it's not your wife's work. Because your wife is as good as you. Both of you are two good people who have come together to make a family. So what are we saying? For me, the work of a wife is to be there for sex, to take care of the children. Those two things are not negotiable. But if it comes to cooking, you can get a chef, you can get a cleaner to clean your house, you can get a whatever to do other duties. And even when the woman is not working and she does all these house chores, you come back looking for attention. She may be worn out. And the man said, my wife doesn't work. But after enumerating everything that the woman does, she was working more than him. It's just that she is unpaid. So now, coming to you, sir, what do you think in such a situation?
Okay, and I'll bring it into our discussion, because you know, when there is a school of thought that has came up, and they said work-family balance should be placing side by side employment job and unemployment job, or non-employment job. Do you understand? And if you use this lens to approach it, I may not agree with paying a wife. She has just opted. Why am I saying that? A wife can be rewarded for what they do. Do you understand? And the husband as well can be rewarded for what they do. Do you understand? Yes, because when you look at these things, you see that we are not battling two things here. We are battling what is external to us, which is our job or career. And if the other one is internal, and it's left for us to devise internal mechanism to manage it. Do you understand? So, but if we put these two things to become two external forces, I tell you that we shall never achieve work-family balance. So if we have accepted that position, that in the family is our personal activities, we really need to shape it the way we can manage it. You know, sometimes I usually tell my wife, on Wednesdays you will say she will be cleaning out, after which the washing machine is on, this one is happening, this one is, a lot of things are happening at the same time. But I agreed with her, you are not going to work now until after childbearing. So that after childbearing, you will get your career job. I am already on a job, self-employed. Do you understand? But now within this period, this is childbearing. Just we have agreed on that. But even on that, you don't need to overstress yourself. It's a matter of having your priority matrix. What do I do on a Monday? What do I do on Tuesday? What do I do on Wednesday? What do I do on so in the weekdays? What do I do? So you don't tell me that you are cooking at the same time you are washing, you are mopping house, you are doing it at the same time. Our own house where we stay. Do you understand? If we sweep it, we stay in it. If we mop it, we stay in it. Do you understand? So it's not left for us to manage all that.
I want to appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
I sincerely appreciate you for that. Do you know why?
Yeah.
You know, some men, they go out and come back. Why is this place dirty? Here it's so dirty. You know, my husband told me once, my wife, if it's dirty, let it be dirty for us. If we can stay in it, we stay in it. When we have strength, we clean it. Anybody who comes here and cannot stay, let him go. You know, that gives you some confidence to rest. You can't imagine a woman who has toddlers running around with the children and then making sure that the house is not messed up. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Except you want to kill her. And then there's also these psychologically crazy women. There's this particular woman we heard of that, you know, she wants the house to be immaculately clean at all times, and she has children.
That's personality.
It's horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
And to the point that even when she's having her sexual intercourse with her husband and she sees something falling down, she wants
abandon
to
the man.
Oh my God. That's a mental problem. So that is very good. I'm very happy you said that, because women, we talk a lot and we try to say what is happening, why my husband doesn't appreciate me. Just say thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that salary.
No, but sorry.
Yeah.
You see, issue of appreciation, I think it might be something for another debate. Issue of appreciation should be mutual. Do you understand? Nobody is exactly, because she is a gender activist. You are too. Do you understand? And I am. I do a lot of gender work.
Yes.
So issue of appreciation should be mutual. There is no servant principal relationship here. Everybody is like this. We are trying to meet a goal.
Yes.
And since all of us are pushing to that goal, I am of the opinion that if the appreciation is coming, it should be mutual. As wife is being appreciated for work she is doing, husband is receiving the same quantum of appreciation from the wife. Do you understand? Because everybody is working towards one goal. Then I have even told them that husbands should pay themselves. I have come out, there's a discussion I was having with a group. I have a group in my WhatsApp group. We are talking about how to reward work in the family. And I was telling husband that if you are not paying yourself at the end of the month, you don't know what you are making. Yeah, because in the work you are doing, you're supposed to take your pay. When you pay now, you pay yourself. And you know what is remaining, and you now begin to save.
I think Comrade is making a lot of points, right? That even need to be addressed individually.
Exactly.
However, I want us to also look at the fact that what we are presenting here are ideal situations. There are a lot of, there are realities that are far from these situations that we are presenting. Maybe we okay, let me give you an example. You're talking about an ideal situation whereby, the man should not overtax the wife in terms of keeping the home clean and all of that to be perfect. But do you know that at least practically I have experienced a situation whereby the man wants all of this. He does not reward, okay, let me not say he doesn't reward the wife. He doesn't pay the wife. He doesn't accept a help in the house. If I got to a time the wife had to resort to crying, like complaining, bitterly, because one, she hardly, of course, as an individual, she has some personal expenses to meet. Exactly. Some will also want to reach out to their families. Yes, she needs money, right? Just like the man.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hold it there. That is unpaid care.
Yeah.
Why we are talking about rewarding the women financially when they are at home is because
it's very important.
It is dehumanizing for a woman to want to make her hair 2,000.
She will have
Honey,
to ask.
Please, can I have 2,000 for my hair? Do you understand? She needs to change her powder.
Emotionally drained.
She needs to buy powder for her makeup. Honey, my powder is finished. Oh, I just finished paying school fees. What do you think she'll feel like? She'll feel worthless. Yes, there's a sense of worthlessness, and it makes women feel inferior when they see their colleagues, their coevals, their mates, that are working. So we're just trying to advocate. Some men, they give money for food. Some men, they give monthly allowance for the home. In that monthly allowance, what does it entail? Do you have a percentage for your personal upkeep? Because I've heard women who also say, my husband gave me 20,000 this month, and I'm keeping 10,000 for myself. And before the end of the month, there's no food in the house, and there's another fight. But you don't give me money for my upkeep. How do you expect me to manage? Do you understand? That is a major issue in families. Now, money work for a man is very elevating. Work for a man gives a man a lot of dignity. So also having children and nursing a home, taking care of a home makes women feel also very loved, appreciated, and honorable. Now, there's a lot of humiliation that comes when you have no money in your hand. I had a friend once, she is a medical doctor, but when she was having her children, the husband says you can't work. They have cars, the man is wealthy. cars, fuel, all the cars, fuel, food in the house, everything there, but this woman has no dime to her name. When the baby food finishes, she goes to shop on credit. One day I saw her credit booklet, I was demoralized. How can you, with everything, be buying things on credit? Do you understand? So I just like us to think about it, because we may have to revisit this topic again. Then we may need to actually break it into different segments, because people are suffering in silence. Okay. Now, comrade, I'd like to hear your last words, because we have a few minutes to go.
Okay. Actually, okay. Before my last word, it's about what you said. I think one of the major things people should do over time is to own the home, own the family. Whenever we are talking about work-family balance, if the two principal actors involved have not come to the level of owning that home, we have not started. So wife should own the home, husband should own the home. No matter wherever they should attach themselves, or the external thing that they are doing, they know that the home belongs to them. And if we come from that understanding, because like what we are saying, you know, all fingers are not equal. Not everybody that can afford to drop 50,000 monthly for the wife and all that. People are listening to us. Some people will start making excessive demand and all that, which is not feasible. So we have to really consider the fact that what matters is that this home belongs to us. And we know the reality on ground in this home. If we are going to work tirelessly to make this home stand, it is our, we choose it. If we are going to bring in all our energy to make it stand, it is left for us. That is why when we are talking about a support system at the home level or the family level, it is, if the wife is working, the husband will be providing a support system that the wife will not be traumatized, will not be mentally maybe drained, that when she gets to her office, she will not even concentrate. So it applies to the other person. So I am advising that if people should actually maintain this standard we are talking about, work-family balance, they should own the home. They should design their home. They should agree what they ought to do and what they should not do.
Thank you so much, comrade. I don't think there is enough time for you to give your last
You
words.
have spoken very well, very elaborately. And finally, I want to say that work-family life balance is a skill. It's a skill. If it requires you to learn it, you learn it. You learn to manage your work-family life. And if you need counseling, you can, do not hesitate to contact her. She's an expert.
Thank you so much,
viewers.
Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you, Comrade Uche and Mrs. Iheanacho. Thank you so much for coming. This is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.